I'm going to show you how to use 4 different shading techniques to shade these forms using 4 different pencils. I have an HB pencil, a 2B pencil, a 4B pencil, and a 6B pencil. I'm going to start off using my HB pencil. So this first row is hatching. Hatching is when you have parallel lines. They can be going any direction, but I try to use them to follow the form. So I'm going to pretend like my light source is coming from up in the top right or top left. So this is going to be the brightest area up here. So if I were to put any lines, they're going to be super light. And then this side would be the next darkest side. So I'm going to put a few more lines. I'm putting them closer together so that they appear a little bit darker. And I can always go in and darken this up by either using a darker pencil or by putting my lines a little bit closer together. I want this back side to be the darkest, so I'm going to use a 6B. For the sphere, I'm going to start off with an HB. And I'm going to choose where the highlight's going to be first. And I'm going to make these hatching lines. I could do them straight across, but I think I want them to be round. You can do either one, as long as they're parallel. Now I'm going to grab a 2B. Now I'm going to use my 4B. And now my 6B for the darkest part of my shadow. For this cylinder, I think I'm going to do, instead of it following the form like I did with the sphere, I'm going to do straight lines across so that you can see how you can use that as well. So on the top, I'm just going to go straight across very, very lightly. I'm going to go ahead and put like the same kind of value in most places to start off with. So I'm using parallel lines very lightly with my HB pencil. So I'm going to switch to my 2B pencil now. And now moving to the 4B. And 6B for the core shadow. For this row, these are cross-hatching. Cross-hatching is when you do parallel lines that cross over top of each other in different directions. In order to make values darker, you can use a darker pencil like a 6B. You can press harder. You can put your lines closer together. And you can make more layers of your lines. Those are all different ways to make the darker value. So right now, I'm using an HB, and I'm doing a fair amount of layering. It's a light value, but it's not my lightest. The lightest is going to be this one on the top, so I'm going to lighten up the pressure and just only do maybe 2 layers on the top. And then on the side over here, I'm going to start off with the 4B. And I'm probably going to go back into it with a 6B in certain areas. I'm going to do the same thing with this sphere. I'm going to start with an HB. And I'm going to avoid that one little area that I want the highlight to be in. And once I get that same value throughout with the HB, I'm going to switch to the 2B. Four B, and 6B. And then same process with the cylinder. Stippling is probably the most time-consuming one. With stippling, you're doing little dots. The closer you put your dots together, the darker your value will be. You can also use a darker pencil, and you can also use a little bit of a harder pressure. Some of my students like to bring their hand way up and like pound the paper with their hand like this. Really, that's going to take you a lot longer and be more distracting. The time that it takes you to lift your pencil up and down is quicker if you don't lift it as high. I tend to stipple in little spirals and keep my eyes open for any little areas that look like they're empty and just kind of catch those as I see them. For this side right now, I'm using HB and I'm stippling pretty close together. I'm going to start this side of the cube with a 4B and put them closer together. And then I'll come back in some areas with a 6B. And then it's the same technique for the sphere. And then the same thing for the cylinder. All right, and the very last technique is my favorite. It is scribbling. So I'm just gonna kind of make these little, not very controlled scribbling marks on the top with this 2B pencil, just super, super light. And then this plane is gonna be a little bit darker, but just super uncontrolled, different directions. Sometimes I'm going kind of squiggly clockwise, sometimes it's counterclockwise, and just kind of trying to fill up the space evenly with these squiggly looking scribbles. And that's all. One great thing about all of these techniques is that this is something that you can use with a pen or some kind of media where you're not able to blend like you can with a pencil or a colored pencil. So this is great for artwork in pen or marker or anything like that as well.